Ryan and you are very adamant about calling him Mac Daddy Jones. And, there's a lot of excitement about Mac Jones. He just did he did enough to not only take the QB1 job from a former league MVP,
right,
but also get that former league MVP out the door, out of the Patriots, whatever the heck their street name is called, out of New England's facility.
Yeah, it's probably Patriot Way.
It's probably Patriot Way.
Knowing them. Trust the process.
I'm excited for Mac
Do your
Jones.
job. I'm sorry, I said the wrong catchphrase. Do your job. Sorry, I can't
Protect this dirt.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of excitement for Mac Jones. I was surprised last week that I figured there was a chance that Mac upsets Cam in the QB1 spot. There's a chance. We all know that Cam is not the same quarterback that he once was. That he's definitely, his skill has regressed, but I was not expecting him to be released. I was not expecting Cam Newton to be released. I don't know what happened behind closed doors. It could have been a thing where Cam was like, I'm not going to be QB1. I'm good. I'll go wait for another opportunity to be QB1. It's entirely possible, but I'm not sure. But there's a lot of stuff going on. But for Bill Belichick, this guy who wants to win. Like 7-9, I think I don't know if they expected 7-9 last year, but they sure as hell weren't happy about it. Bill Belichick wants to win all the time. He's a winning coach. He's put together 20 years of very good winning seasons. And Cam, a veteran who has high praises for Bill Belichick and all this stuff. To be phased out the door for a rookie in Mac Jones, I think that's an enormous endorsement. That Mac is a guy who can take us where we need to be. The Jarrett Stidham experience obviously didn't work, and amongst other things, I think it's a really cool. I'm excited for Mac Jones. I really am. He has a lot of, he had a lot of good things working for him this offseason.
Ryan and I thought that he would have a leg above the other guys in the class because of his intelligence,
right?
And he has great anticipation and just a natural feel for the game. So you have that coming in the league, it's going to help you because you can do the little things that other guys get frazzled to do. The simple things of checking it down to a tight end or a running back. Rookies, they come from college and they love splash plays.
The big plays, right.
They're used to being this hallmark player that people talk about. That's not Mac Jones' style. Never has been. He won last year, and he would never deny this. He won last year because he had amazing talent around him at Alabama. But he's also humble enough to acknowledge that he goes, I don't want to be that guy. Who he's going to end up being, and no one's going to like this? He's going to be like Brady was the first few years. That's what he's going to do. He's going to do just enough every week. He's going to try and keep the offense on schedule, and I think that's what got him the job is – his attention to detail. I guess he's amazing in the locker room.
Yeah,
on the board.
Very good playbooks. I mean, I don't want to take
teaching Cam the playbook.
Yes. I don't want to attribute that, but if that's a possibility, and that wouldn't surprise me because Cam's never been like that. Reading defense has never been Cam's thing.
No.
Even I think when he, I heard or read something from somebody, when he came out of college, they gave him bare bones basic terminology to utilize, and he can never read a defense properly.
Yeah,
that was his 2015 season, of course, being very unique and all that, but I don't know if I've ever seen Cam call an audible.
Probably very simple ones.
Probably bare bones basic ones, and. Again, I could probably go back and maybe I find one here and there, but I like quarterback cadence and stuff. I don't recall Cam being that kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't. This isn't about Cam. I don't want to sit here and knock Cam. I love what Cam's done for football, his career so far, and I don't want to make it about that. We're gonna make it about Mac Jones today. We're gonna look at this play. This is I forget which preseason week this is, but this is the Patriots versus the Giants. I think this might be 3. This might be 3. Maybe. Yeah. All right. We're going to roll with it. 1st and 10, 14:49 left in the third quarter. It literally just started. Or wait, no.
49.
12-18. Excuse me. 1st and 10. They are on the 19, 18, 17. Yes, you're on the 17-yard line. So they were in the red zone, and that was a big thing for Mac Jones this year, is that every time he touched the ball, every drive he was on, the Patriots were putting points on the board, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown. All right, we have a empty backfield here. Shotgun, again, big surprise, spread offense. We have 5 wide receivers on the field right now for the Patriots offense. All right, we got 2 on the left and 3 on the right, 2 on the line. I think, what the heck is his name? I wrote it down. Zuber. This is who we're looking at right here. Zuber is on the left side in the slot. I believe it's number 13. Could be 9. We'll watch in a little bit. But he's in the slot. That's our guy. And we have, again, 3 on the other side. The defense that we're looking at, it's very unique. It's a little unique one. They got 4. Giants have 4 men on the line. They also have a hodgepodge of cornerback and linebacker all lined up about the same yard line. It's relatively close. What do we determine this is? There's some kind of nickel variation. It could have been a 4-2, a 4-2-5 nickel. Where again, this is something we're gonna have to come into. Watching the play unfold, you can kind of see a little bit better of how that, how this defense is shaped. But it is cover 1. There is a 1-man deep in this.
Yep.
All right. Let's take a look and watch the command of Mac Jones in this offense.
So 1st and 10 at the 17. And there's a pass for a touchdown to Isaiah Zuber.
Yeah, it's definitely some kind of weird nickel variation because just looking at where he, where he split the seams at. But let's see. Sit right here, right? Yep. Okay, watching the play unfold. He's comfy. I mean, it's scary being back there. You're in the red zone, so you kind of know, but you don't have an extra blocker. There's no tight end. There's no running back to pick up a block for you. But the way that the defense is showing that, the defense is showing that they're not sending the house.
Right.
Which I think adds a little bit to this.
Yeah.
But, yeah, here we go. Mac hikes the ball. All right. Instantly right here. This is what I want to look at. Mac is looking towards the right-hand side. All right. Obviously, that's probably where that might be, this is his first read. There's 3 people over there. Somebody has to get open, right? And, you find a seam, and you're in the end zone. All right. But also he makes a very vet move here and makes a second read. And, again, I don't know if that was anticipatory, but I feel like you want to try and target the side where more people are. Right? I would imagine that's where you want. There's a better chance of success if you got 3 wide receivers there that somebody is going to get open and catch the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But the play's unfolding. He has excellent protection, about 3 yards between him and any of the defenders coming in. The linebackers and cornerbacks are still playing back. They haven't budged. They haven't committed. They haven't come up at all. They're waiting. This is what gives away that it's a zone coverage. They're not playing up. They want to prevent the Patriots from getting past the first, that first yard line, which is on the it's like between the 7 and the 8, but also, of course, getting the end zone. All right. It almost looks like he made 2 reads on the left-hand side. Let me roll that back. All right.
So 1st and 10.
There's read 1, 2. Yeah, that's close.
17.
But he finds the seam, and this is what I like so much about it. He might have been looking at number 42 over here on the bottom of the screen, but Mac found a gap.
Yeah,
which is good. Again, he could have took a chance on one of those 3. This was this Zuber, most wide open dude probably on this play.
Yeah.
The coverage on the other side, on his right side, the defense's left side. It probably shifted a little bit towards all zone coverage is man cover, or all coverage is man coverage at some point. Is that the phrase?
Yeah, at some point, all coverage is man coverage.
Right.
Because once the man gets into your zone, well, guess what? You got to cover that man now.
That's true.
Yeah.
So Mac finds the seam, though. And again, this is always a tricky route because you do have this defender from the Giants. This might have been this. I don't know. I don't want to say it was the safety at all, but making this throw, and let me rewind it just a second. There's just the positioning. There's a chance for a pick here.
At the 17.
It's. I don't want to say threading the needle, but the placement is very, very good. The placement is very good. He got it in between two defenders, and of course, there's another one coming up. There's another one coming up from the end zone. That's probably our safety right there, and he's got it, and he's in.
A pass for a touchdown to Isaiah Zuber.
Yeah, number 19, Isaiah Zuber. So.
Yeah, good concepts here on all these routes, because I think after watching this a few times, I'm gonna put a little laziness on the defense, but it's it's lazy on the defense as far as the way they handle their coverage here, but I think even though they're lazy, Mac Jones has a better throw. That's good zip. He has good zip on that ball to split the two defenders there to get it to Zuber.
For sure.
But I am going to say that the defense does not sell anything besides saying we're playing zone the entire time. At pre-snap, it looks identical to what it is post-snap.
Right, which is, right, that would make it harder, therefore harder on the quarterback.
Well,
is it disguising what they're running?
Well, you need to disguise it. And right now, I think he looks at it like they're going to play cover 2.
Right.
And I've got this wide receiver in the slot that I know is running a streak. He's running a
go route,
a go route up the seam. A seam route, which is a cover 2 beating route. I mean, that's what it is. A lot of times you use a tight end to do that. Split the seam.
Yeah.
Trying to think of the tight end to think of when you Jason Witten. Jason Witten would kill people going in the seam to beat the zones just because it's good feel. So what ends up happening is 19 gets a completely clean release. No one gets a hand on him, and he runs through the zone, and Mac Jones felt comfortable pre-snap.
He doesn't have a defender looking at him. That this cornerback or linebacker, whoever that is, that's lined up across from him, not even looking at him.
He needs to get a hand on him. That's what needs to happen here because he's running a flat zone. So, was it 29? The one that's lined up across from the red arrow, the first down symbol there.
Yeah, that's, let's see, him or that guy right there?
The Giants player, yeah.
This right here.
Yeah, the one that's lined up.
I think it's 29. Let's see. Let's watch it one more time.
So 1st and 10.
He doesn't touch him. He had to get a hand on him.
I mean, he tapped him, but it's like, why?
Right.
Why? What do you? I mean, he looks like he's trying to look, look for this guy on the far left.
Well, he
over
is.
Here.
He is in zone coverage, so he's taking the under, and then the corner that was lined up outside is taking the over, and then you had the safety who's supposed to occupy the end zone.
Right.
If they're taking a shot towards the end zone, that's his job is to take care of that. But there's one, two
these guys are open right here.
Wide receivers that can be open, at the point of release. I will say that I think that linebacker does a good job of covering the man that's becoming open over the hash there. And I do think that the cornerback that's in front of the man on the outside, which probably was your Z receiver, he's kind of covered too. Not like, obviously, Mac could probably complete it here, but he's going to get tackled before the first down marker.
Yeah, again, this is that easy out type thing. This is the aggressive thing. Where I feel like, and again, not trying to make this about Cam, but does Cam trust himself enough to throw it to the Zuber in this positioning?
No, I bet Cam dumps it
he
off
dumps
over the middle.
To right in the middle.
Yeah,
right. Takes the safe play for him, the easy completion.
Yeah,
that's why I like the aggressiveness of this play, and that's that's why I chose it, is because Mac had the option right here.
Yeah,
two of his 3 wide receivers on the right hand side are open.
Mac's got fantastic mechanics too. So he can generate a lot of velocity. He's not gifted like I think Zach Wilson is. He's not gifted in the same way that Justin Fields or Trey Lance is. He has to work a little bit harder on making sure that he's got good mechanics to create that drive on the ball.
Yeah.
Right now you see him. I mean, those feet are perfectly spaced. He's able to step into his throw, and create that zip that he needs. Because without it, it flutters in there for just a half a second, the quarter of a second, and that thing's going to get picked off. So, yeah, I think Mac is going to be a lot better than people were expecting. And from the day that he, stepped foot on that Alabama turf and started throwing the ball around, I was like, wow, he kind of seems like he looked good in a Patriots helmet.
He really does.
He's a facilitator. It's what he's going to do. Yeah. So now it's on the Patriots, in my opinion. I think they'll still struggle offensively this year, but it's nothing to do with what Mac does right or wrong. They just need better playmakers, or else they're not going to be as challenging. There's only so much you can get out of that offense. And I will say that was always the biggest weird thing going on between Cam signing with the Patriots and Brady leaving, right? So, Brady can run that Perkins offense backwards and forwards, right?
Easy peasy, yeah.
And it's a lot of understanding and trust of wide receivers being on the same page. It's all about leverage. The Perkins offense is so important about
there's the small details.
Yeah,
that was why Brady left, is because he couldn't get his wide receivers could not. The details just weren't there.
Right.
You didn't have your experienced guys in Edelman and Gronk and all this stuff. They weren't doing the little things to create the separation that Brady needed to operate it properly.
And if you watched the Patriots last year, they did not run their traditional offense with Cam. It was not the same offense. Right. They ran a completely different offense just for Cam, just to try and make it work for a year, because they knew they were up what creek without a paddle.
Yeah.
So
you can swear on this show.
I try not to.
I know. You're a good boy.
So Mac Jones, man, he's that dude. He's a little boring, a little vanilla.
But, I mean, that's what some of the greats are. Tom Brady has exciting moments, but his play style was boring and vanilla. He added a little bit of brashness to it.
Mm-hmm. Peyton
Manning's a perfect example of a guy who was not exciting to watch.
No.
I've been doing a lot of thinking the last couple years, with Andrew Luck and everything. I'm like, I can't think of great Peyton Manning moments, but that's how good he was. He's cerebral. There was little room for excitement, but a lot of there's a lot of efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
That was Peyton Manning,
yeah.
And Mac Jones doesn't have. There's literally nothing flashy about him, and I think he fits perfectly in Patriots land. So.
Yep.
Let's watch this play unfold one more time, and then we're going to go to our last little bit here. All right.
10 at the 17. And there's a pass for a touchdown to Isaiah Zuber.
Just such great mechanics. Just so effortless. Everything about it. It's just like it's like, watching some of the best dancers in the world pull off, just the best dance routines.
Perfect 10 routine.
Yeah, it's just a guy who just makes it look, wow, it's that easy. You can just take a 3-step drop.
I feel like
just fire it 15 yards for a touchdown.
300-pound self can go up there and be like, yeah, I could do that.
I could do that.
I could. That's how Mac looks, and it's really cool to see. This class of quarterbacks is shaping up to be really, really good.
Right.
I hope all their careers, transpire well.
As a Bills fan, I say not so much.
Well, yeah, last couple years, you guys, yeah, that is true.
You had your time, Patriots.
That is true.
319, 399, cut. 3-3.
Yeah, spot.
Blue 15.